Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. It's nice and early. Well, it's not all that early. It's 6 a.m. It's not too early. But we got a detail today. And thought it'd be fun to take you guys along on the full day journey of a detail because it doesn't just start and end. Business doesn't just start and end with a detail. So take you along on the full journey today. So we're starting right now. Coffee is brewing. And I got a few extra things that I didn't do yesterday to do this morning. So I got some brushes soaking. They're getting cleaned up. I have to get some gas for my generator. And I got to fill my water tank. So we're going to get to work. So real quick, I'm going to rinse my brushes out here. I've had them soaking. They're pretty dirty. As you can see, the water's pretty dirty. So I'm just going to rinse these out real quick. So I let my brushes soak in a Dawn dish detergent and vinegar solution, and it always seems to clean them out pretty well. Coffee's made. What I do now while I'm drinking my coffee is social media. So I'll show you guys the exact post that I'm about to create, but what I do is I create a reel for every single detail that I do. I always make sure to capture videos, and then I always make a reel. I post that reel on Instagram. Instagram's not really my platform for growth. I don't use that at all. I mainly just use it for the sake of being able to make reels over there. All right, got the water filling up right now, and I'm just gonna put everything else that I need in the van real quick. And we are on the road. I'm expecting a little bit of a disaster for today's detail. Hate to say it, but this is a repeat client, and their first vehicle, let's just say there's children in the vehicle. And there's food is not monitored in the vehicle. We'll just put it that way. I don't think art supplies are monitored in this vehicle either. At least that's what it was like for the first. So I'm not expecting a fabulously easy breezy detail today, but we'll see. We're gonna stop and get gas, and then we'll get there. The very first thing I do when I arrive is I just get all set up. I get everything ready to roll and just kind of organized for my first steps. So we're doing a Honda Pilot today. Let's take a look. I have no idea what to expect. All right. So definitely just looks like we got some dirt. It's a bit dirty. Not too dusty. It's really not bad in comparison to their last vehicle. Door jambs are definitely look like this vehicle's been off-roading a bit. Let's see what we got going on under here. Nothing too crazy. All right, let's see what the back's looking like. All right, so like the seats are really dirty, but overall the vehicle really doesn't look too bad. There's some marks on the headliner. I always like to try to address some marks. I don't go crazy. Let's see what the back's looking like. So my detail process seems like it shifts a little bit. I'm always trying to finagle what's best for each vehicle, but for the most part, what I do and what I'm doing here is I just want to air compress the back and the entire vehicle really, but I'm going to start in the back and I'm just drill brushing to see if I can loosen up some of that grass and some of the pine needles that are stuck in the carpet, and then I'm just going to give it a quick vacuum and not go too crazy. These pine needles were kind of stuck everywhere in the carpet, and I'm not trying to get all of them out, but I like to get enough of them out to look like the carpet's clean. So I'm just kind of using my pick here to pull them out because they don't vacuum out. The client's not going to notice, but it's my own personal standards that I abide by. Doing a super quick vacuum of just the real heavy stuff, so that way when I go to air compress, I'm not blowing unnecessary stuff all over the place. As with pretty much all SUVs, once you start to look under the seats, there's a lifetime worth of stuff under there. In the third row here, it's really difficult to get under those seats, so I'm really working at it, making sure I get it the best I can, air compressing, vacuuming, getting under there, just getting everything cleaned out. Now that I've gotten everything out from underneath the second row and the third row, I'm kind of air compressing and blasting away any loose debris on the seat and on the doors, and then I'm really pushing everything forward and just vacuuming up some of the heavier stuff. I wanted to clean up some of those real dirty areas, so I sprayed some carpet bomber, used a drill brush, and just wanted to make it look clean, and quickly realized, no, this is making more of a mess than anything. So I moved on to the front and just started air compressing everything up top, making my way down. I did all of the consoles, the glove box, just want to clean all of the loose debris out of there. I forgot to take some stuff out of the glove box, so I always carry big Ziploc bags to put personal items in and store them. And then again, just vacuumed up any of the heavier loose debris and clean the stand up as best as possible. Now that I vacuumed and air compressed the entire vehicle, I moved on to cleaning the hard surfaces and started in the back. So what I did here is I sprayed my PNS Express interior cleaner. Rather than agitating with a detail brush today, I decided to actually use the drill brush to agitate because the dirt was so deep into the crevices of this car. It worked so good. My wrists and knuckles tend to feel incredibly arthritic at night after detailing, so the less I can use my hands and joints, the better I am, and this process worked awesome. I have absolutely no idea why I've never thought of it before, but I'm pretty sure it's my new favorite process. A lot of people have told me to use steam, and so my last 3 details, I fully steamed them rather than using my interior cleaner, and honestly, I didn't like it. I like it, but it doesn't deep clean the way that Express Interior Cleaner deep cleans, so I went my process on this detail. And then I cleaned the back windows so that the back is totally done. Once the back was done, I moved on to the second and third row seats. Now, as you can see, these were filthy. This one's clean, nice and clean and dirty. They were so dirty, and this is what took a majority of the time in this detail. Like I was saying before, I tried using steam, and steam really just didn't deep clean. So I opted to use my PNS Express interior cleaner on this detail because of all of the dirt that was so deep into the crevices of the hard surfaces along with these leather seats. So the PNS Express interior cleaner, it just pulls the dirt out. It cleans so well. So that was my process here. Like I said, these seats took forever. I'm only on the second row here. Still have to do the entire front, still have to do the doors, and everything is so dirty. But on the plus side, look how clean those are in comparison to the dirty. Dirty, clean. Now onto the doors. Same process, just spraying that PNS Express interior cleaner, scrubbing with the drill brush and my nail brush, which is my favorite little tool, and just using the detail brush where necessary and drilling in those cup holders, cleaning them right up. Then I moved on to cleaning the back of the front seats. As you can see, they're a bit filthy. So what I did was I took my carpet bomber, sprayed that on there, kind of light, you don't need to do it too heavy. Then I just drill brushed it. I sprayed one more time, a little bit heavier, to see if I could get those other spots out. I probably could have pulled out the Terminator, but I just opted not to. So sprayed a little bit heavier, drill brushed it once again, mopped it up with a microfiber cloth, and it's looking pretty decent. Good enough. You can tell I'm starting to get tired here because I most definitely did not record every step of the process here, but I started to clean the center consoles. I really like to get in there with the pick and clean out that grime because I feel like that makes such a difference in a detail. While I do like to go detailed, this is their beater vehicle, so I'm not going crazy, but I'm just trying to get a majority of the gunk out of there just so it looks clean. Then I just take my air compressor and blow everything out because I still have to do a final vacuum. So the more I can get onto the floor, the easier life is at the end. Again, these are details that I just personally can't let go, so I gotta get in there and I gotta clean that up so it at least looks good and doesn't look icky. Now it's onto the super tedious parts of the details. Get all those buttons. Like the rest of the vehicle, the driver's side was dirty, but probably a little bit dirtier. So I actually had to do this process over twice. So I used my PNS Express interior cleaner, scrubbed the heck out of it, wiped it down, had to repeat the whole process because the dirt just kept on lifting from that and looked dirty. And I just wanted to make sure that we could get it actually looking clean. I'm not quite finished yet with the interior, but I wanted to do the windows, quite honestly, because I hate doing windows. So I try to do them throughout the process of the detail multiple times. So I just use a fresh microfiber towel and IPA solution. That's what I've been using lately on my windows. So now that we've done a pretty complete cleaning on everything, I want to show you what we're looking at. This is kind of what I leave everything like until I do my final vacuum. It's just stuff blows everywhere. You're gonna have loose debris. So I'm just gonna kind of quickly clean up, move on to my door jambs, move on to then finishing the interior. Then I'll move on to the exterior. Let me show you real quick what these door jambs are looking like. My door jamb process is, yeah, just lay back and watch the sky. Ah, it's so much more relaxing. I power wash everything as much as I can, and then I take Super Clean, spray that down on the door jambs, give it some agitation, rinse it off. I'm gonna get these floor mats cleaned up real quick before I do a final vacuum inside. So this is a 3rd row floor mat. It really wasn't dirty at all, so I'm just giving it a quick air compression and a drill brush just to kind of lift up some of that loose dirt. And it doesn't really need much more than that. The only other floor mats that they had in this vehicle were just a couple clear floor mats, like aftermarket floor mats. And those had yellowed from age, so I did power wash those real quick, but there was no use in trying to clean them because they were never going to look clean. Now I'm moving on to my absolute final air compression and vacuum. Starting in the back, making my way forward. This back is not going to come clean whatsoever, so I just am kind of doing this real quick, real brief, giving it one last vacuum over, and then I'm done. Convincing myself I am done with this back because it is never going to come clean. And I always mention that to the client. I'm like, hey, just so you know, the back, it's not going to come clean. I did my best. I did this. I did that. I did it 6 times over. It's just not going to come clean unless you want to replace the carpet. So just letting you know. And now I'm just making my way forward, blowing all of the last bit of loose debris forward, air compressing all of the crevices just to make sure I did and got everything the best I could, making sure I get every last bit of debris off the seats, kind of out of the door jambs, and then I'll just move on to quickly vacuuming all of that up. As you can see, there's still so much sand flying everywhere. Guys, I ordered a Tornador and it came in the night before this detail, but I did not have time to set it up. This would have been the detail to have that specific Tornador for. It's the Tornador with the vac on it. But anywho, we're making the best of what we've got. And Jess is moving on to the front. I really thought I was going to be able to get this detail done in 6 hours. That was my goal. I did a pilot last week, and so the pilots are awesome cars. They're really nice. They're good quality. The interior, though, it's really simple, so there's not too many crevices and whatnot, but it was just so dirty. The seats were so dirty. The doors, all the hard consoles, all the hard surfaces were just really, really, really dirty, deep dirt. So it took forever. It is what it is, though. The very last thing that I do before putting the floor mats in is I dress all of the hard surfaces. This is a UV protectant. It's a little bit of a shine. I do dilute this. This is my Aqua Gloss. I dilute it so it's not too shiny, but it does keep everything clean and protected. And now for the final results. It came out really good. Now, mind you, this vehicle is 11 years old. It is used for camping trips. It is taken on all the back dirt roads, weeks and weeks on end out in the country. So they also did not opt for extraction. So it's going to be what it is. There's going to be some dirt left in there. But all in all, it came out pretty darn amazing from where we started. And onto the exterior we go. I start off by just soaking the wheels and any bug-ridden areas. As you can see, these wheels are not in the greatest shape, so there's only so much I can do for them. But I'm just pre-soaking areas like the windshield, the hood, the front of the vehicle, the mirrors, the back sides of the mirrors, and the tires. And then I'm just giving that a rinse real quick. And again, I'm using my Dark Fury. It's one of the most cost-effective products that works incredible, especially for bugs. Then I like to start washing the roof first. So I've got my mitt on a stick and I'm just working my way down the roof, the windshield, and rinsing it all from the back. Every exterior wash is a little bit different. There was no touchless wash done on this vehicle, quite honestly, because it was covered in scratches that I don't think they were concerned about a minuscule amount of marring. After the vehicle is rinsed, I spray it down with a sealant. This is the Geon Wet Coat. It lasts for up to 3 months of protection, and then I just give that a quick rinse as well. I hand dried the entire vehicle. Also use the air compressor a bit to get into a lot of the tighter areas. And then I dress the tires. For my tire dressing, I just use the Aqua Gloss. It doesn't last very long, but it at least gives a good look for the immediate finish. The very last thing I do is I roll the windows down, I clean the top of the windows, I move the car forward, finish off the tires, and then she is done. That was a 7-hour detail. I'm over it. And I'm thankful it actually was nothing like their previous car. Their previous car had a lot of like, just like food, like melted food and gross stuff just melted in cup holders. So this one was nothing like that. This one was just legit dirt, just dirt. Whatever, it's done. My arm's tired. I'm gonna eat my little snacks right now because I do not stop when I'm working. I just work all day long. I don't stop. I don't eat. I don't really drink because if I drink, I'm mobile and then I'll have to pee 100 times. So there's just no time for any of that. All right, goodbye. So as soon as I get home, I pretty much got to get ready for the next day of detail. So I pull out my drill bag, recharge my batteries, wash all of my towels. Mind you, these are just my dirty towels that I use on like tires, so they're really dirty. Then I got to clean all of my brushes. All right, guys, we are closing on this 13-hour day. We've officially come full circle on this day, starting with the brushes soaking and ending with the brushes soaking. So 7 p.m. I'm over it. Gonna go take the dog for a little walk and close out this day and start it all over again tomorrow for a 7 a.m. appointment. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, guys. If you like this content or if there's more content you want to see, just let me know. But be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop new videos. And until next time, we'll see you guys.